Okay, our discussion is on torsion. So we consider this bar that is attached at one end, and it is attached at one end and it is twisted on the other end by a torque or a twisting moment denoted by T, and this T is equal actually to force times distance. So this is applied perpendicular to the axis of the bar. So we have here an illustration for a bar that is in torsion. So the torsional shearing stress denoted by tau is equivalent actually to torsion multiplied to the distance rho from the center of the shaft all over our J, which is polar moment of inertia. So this is for a solid or hollow circular shaft that is subjected to a twisting moment. So we have a formula for our shearing stress. So this can also be equal to maximum shearing stress is equal to T times R all over J. Of course, R is the outer radius. So for a solid cylindrical shaft, our J, our polar moment of inertia, is equal to pi d to the fourth all over 32. And for the maximum shearing stress will be equivalent to 16T all over pi d cubed. T is the torque and D is the diameter of our cylindrical shaft. For a hollow cylindrical shaft, our polar moment of inertia, J, is equal to pi all over 32 times d to the fourth minus small letter d to the fourth, meaning to say this is the outside diameter minus the inside diameter. And for our maximum shearing stress, that will be equivalent to 16 TD all over pi times outside diameter to the fourth minus inside diameter to the fourth. For the angle of twist, this is the angle through which the bar length L is twisted. So based on our illustration, so the angle of twist is this one. So this is denoted by theta. So that is the angle of twist wherein that is the angle through which the bar length L is being twisted. So for the angle of twist, the formula is equivalent to theta, which is equal to TL all over J times G. So we have to take note that our T is the torque, which is in Newton meter. Our L is the length of the shaft in meters. Our G is the shear modulus in megapascal. Our J is the polar moment of inertia in mm to the fourth, and our D are the outside diameter, and small letter d is the inside diameter, which are in millimeter, and r is the radius in millimeter. So the power transmitted by the shaft is equivalent. So when a shaft rotating with a constant angular velocity in radian per second is being acted by a twisting moment T, the power transmitted by the shaft is equal to T times omega, which is equal to 2 times pi T times F. Of course, T is the torque, our F is the number of revolution per second, and P is the power in watts. So that is the formula to compute for the power that is being transmitted by a shaft. Okay, problem 1. A steel shaft 3 feet long and has a diameter of 4 inches is subjected to a torque of 15 Gibbs-feet. We're going to determine the maximum shearing stress and the angle of twist. You have G, which is 12 times 10 to the 6th psi. So this one, so to make use of the equation, for the maximum shearing stress, which is 16T all over pi d cubed. We simply have to substitute the values for our torque, which is equivalent to 15 kips feet. So we try to convert this to pounds and to inches. So we multiply by 1000 and by 12 all over pi times our diameter is 4. So we have 4 cubed. So if we try to simplify, we get a value of 14,324 psi, or this can be equivalent to 14.3 kips per square inch. And since we are going also to compute for the angle of twist, so the formula is TL all over JG. So we simply have to substitute our torque, our length, which is 3 feet. So we have converted to pounds and to inches. All over our J, polar moment of inertia. So we're given with the formula pi d to the fourth all over 32. Diameter is 4 inches. And our G, which is 12 times 10 to the 6th psi. So therefore, we get, once we simplify this one, we have the value which is 0.0215 rad, or simply this is 1.23 degrees. The second problem is a solid steel shaft 5 meters long is stressed at 80 megapascal when twisted through 4 degrees. Using G, which is 83 gigapascal, compute the shaft diameter. What power can be transmitted by the shaft at 20 Hertz? So that's one for this problem. So we simply have to, for the solution, so we simply make use of the equation for the angle of twist, which is TL all over JG. So we simply have to substitute. We have 4 degrees. So we have converted this to rad, so we multiply by pi all over 180 degrees equal to T, which is unknown, the torque, times 5, which is the length of the shaft, convert to mm, so times 1000 all over pi d to the fourth all over 32 times 83,000 for our shear modulus. So therefore, if we try to simplify this one, we have the value for our T, which is 0.1138 d to the fourth. To compute for the diameter, so we make use of the torsional shearing stress formula for the maximum. So that is 16T all over pi d cubed. So we simply have to substitute the maximum shearing stress of the solid steel shaft, which is 80, and time equal to 16 times T, which is 0.1138 d to the fourth all over pi d cubed. So once we simplify this one, our D is 138 mm. So for this, we can compute now the power transmitted by the shaft. So using this equation, T is equal to P all over 2 pi F. So our T is 0.1138 d to the fourth equal to P all over 2 pi times F, which is the frequency, which is 20 Hertz. So therefore, we can have this value for our P, which is 14.3 d to the fourth. And if we try to substitute the value for the diameter of the solid steel shaft, we have now equivalent P, which is in Newton mm per second. So if we try to convert this one to watts, so we have this specific value, and P now converted to megawatts. So we have 5.19 megawatts. Okay, the third problem, a flexible shaft consists of a 0.20-inch diameter steel wire encased in a stationary tube that fits closely enough to impose a frictional torque of 0.50 pounds-inch per inch. Determine the maximum length of the shaft if the shearing stress is not to exceed 20 ksi. What will be the angular deformation of one end relative to the other end? So our G is 12 times 10 to the 6th psi. So for this one, we have our the formula that we'll be using, of course, is the max torsional shearing stress maximum, which is 16T all over pi d cubed. So we simply have to substitute our allowable shearing stress, which is 20 ksi. So we have converted this one to pounds, so that is times 1000, which is equal to 16T all over pi times d, which is 0.20 to the third. So if we try to simplify, you get now T, which is 10 pi pounds inches. So for the length, which is equal to torque all over the frictional torque, so that gives us 10 pi all over 0.5. So length now is equivalent to 20 pi inches or 62.83 inches. So from the formula, which is angle of twist, TL all over JG. So we have to take note that our theta will be d theta, and our T here is 0.05 L, and our L is dl. So we apply here integration. So to apply integration, so we simply have d theta is equal to 1 all over jg, the integral of, substitute our t, which is 0.5 L, and our L is dl, so limit from 0 to 20 pi. 0 to 20 pi, this is the length from 0 to 20 pi. So if we try to apply power formula for integration, so we have here now the result, and you simply have to subtract upper limit minus lower limit, so it gives us this equation. And if we try to simplify further, we can have the value for our theta, which is in radian 0.5234, or that is equal to 30 degrees. Okay, number 4, 5 meter steel shaft rotating at 2 Hz has 70 kilowatt applied at a gear that is 2 meters from the left end, where 20 kilowatt are removed. At the right end, 30 kilowatt are removed, and another 20 kilowatt leaves the shaft at 1.5 meters at the right end. So letter A, find the uniform shaft diameter so that the shearing stress will not exceed 60 megapascal. And letter B, if a uniform shaft diameter of 100 mm is specified, determine the angle by which one end of the shaft lags behind the other end. G is 83 gigapascal. So for this problem, we have to compute first for the torque for at point A, point B, point C, and point D. So of course, the torque formula is equivalent to P all over 2 pi times F. We're given with our F, which is 2, and for the torque at point A and point C are the same since they have the same power, which is 20 kilowatt and 20 kilowatt negative. And if we're going to substitute that to our equation, so we have converted this one to watts. So we give the value of negative 1591.55 Newton meter. And for the torque at point B, that is equivalent to